Good evening. The free world must stay united to stop Vladimir Putin and make his barbaric invasion of Ukraine as painful as possible for Russia. That was the message from President Biden today. He delivered it during historic emergency summits of allied leaders in Brussels as Vladimir Putin wages an unprovoked war at NATO's doorstep.
Today marks 1 month since Russia began its carnage in Ukraine, the brutal invasion of Ukraine. The single most important thing is for us to stay unified and the world continue to focus on what a brute this guy is, and all the innocent people's lives are being lost and ruined.
The president announcing even more sanctions to punish Moscow as the Russian economy spirals. Mr. Biden also vowing to respond in kind if Putin uses chemical weapons in Ukraine. He did not spell out what the U.S. and NATO response might look like. Today, the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, accused Russia of using phosphorus bombs in Ukraine. Now, technically, white phosphorus is not considered a banned chemical weapon, but intentionally using it on civilians would be a war crime. Phosphorus is notorious for causing horrific injuries. It burns human flesh, sometimes down to the bone. As war rages, the Ukrainians are fighting back in a big way now. Look at this. Today we saw what could be the most stunning blow to the Russian war machine yet. The Ukrainians say they destroyed a Russian warship while it was docked at a port that the Russians occupied. Here it is, erupting like a volcano. You can see that other ships there were next to it. They pulled up anchor and sailed away from the burning wreck. One of those ships is also on fire. The Ukrainians say it was the same landing ship seen here. Russian state media broadcast video of it just days ago as it offloaded armored vehicles at that same port. The Ukrainian military mockingly thanked the Russian correspondent for his report on the ship's location. The destroyed ship was docked near the besieged and devastated city of Mariupol in southern Ukraine. New drone video shows hundreds of people waiting in long lines. Look at this. They just want food and humanitarian aid. You can see the charred, hulking ruins of apartment buildings in the background. We have team coverage tonight. NBC's Cal Perry reports from western Ukraine. First, CNBC senior White House correspondent Kayla Tausche, traveling with the president in Brussels. Kayla.
Shep, at a trio of emergency summits today in Brussels, President Biden and world leaders crafting plans to further isolate Russia while bracing for Vladimir Putin to unleash his deadliest weapons. NATO warning Russia it cannot win a nuclear war and sending equipment to Ukraine to protect against chemical attacks. A senior U.S. official says allies are discussing sending anti-ship missiles to Ukraine, but in an impassioned plea, Ukraine's president said he needs tanks and planes, too.
You can give us just 1% of all your airplanes, just 1% of your tanks. We cannot simply buy it. Such shipment depends on NATO decisions, political decisions, volley fire systems, anti-ship weapons, air defense systems. How can we survive this war without such equipment?
Western allies remain committed to fighting the battle on the economic front. Biden wants to boot Russia from the G20, the G7 countries blocking the Kremlin from tapping its stash of gold, estimated to be worth more than $100 billion, to salvage its currency. A top Biden aide says Putin is propping up the Russian stock market, calling today's partial reopening after a month-long closure a charade. The U.S. today joining Europe in sanctioning all Russian lawmakers, the chief of its largest bank, and more than 40 state-owned defense companies. President Biden says the West will not stop until Putin does.
The maintenance of sanctions, the increasing the pain, and the demonstration why I asked for this NATO meeting today is to be sure that after a month, we will sustain what we're doing, not just next month, the following month, but for the remainder of this entire year. That's what will stop him.
As Europe tries to accelerate a move away from Russian energy, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen tomorrow will ask President Biden for enough natural gas to cover the next 2 winters. After that meeting, President Biden will head to Poland, where he'll visit the frigid front lines for millions of Ukrainian refugees. Shep?